This is the demo for Speedy Math Train. This is currently running on the 3rd generation iPad. Go ahead and get started here. You can tap anywhere on the welcome screen to begin. We have two modes, quiz and practice. The quiz mode allows you to select any of the operations you want to be quizzed on. You'll get 10 questions and you'll have to answer those as quick as possible. The practice mode is very similar, except you get to choose the numbers you need more practice on. So say you're having trouble with the number 9. You could work with any of the operations on number 9 and quickly become comfortable using that number. We'll go ahead and select all of them and go into multiplication and division. You can tap anywhere on the tunnel to begin. So you have a countdown, you're presented a problem, and the trains go by with the answers. So you can see each time it gets a little bit slower so that you have more time to answer the problem if you need it. Go ahead and select the right answer, 42. You are given the correct answer again, you're given feedback, and also star points based on how fast you answered the problem. Many other games are used to this, such as Angry Birds. Kids know that the stars mean points, and it'll feel very natural to them. Go to the next level. So it does go pretty fast on the first round, but we want it that way so that kids will have a very fast reaction time. It'll help them focus, and they'll feel very comfortable using these operations by the end of it. So we got it right on the first try, so we get 3 stars. You can see it's only giving us multiplication and division problems. Let's see what happens when we get one wrong. So the trains turn red, you get another chance. Now there's only 4 trains left. So we got it right that time, so we get 2 stars. So you can see the trains are very interactive, they have animations. Kids will definitely learn to like this game. It's very fast-paced. So you're able to do a lot of problems in a short amount of time. And you definitely feel like you're learning when you're doing this. Yeah, making this a touch-based game was definitely a good idea. Making it interactive is very important to teachers and students. So that's the basic functionality of the game. You can go ahead and hit quit to go to the main menu. So you can see we made this very interactive and user-friendly. It's very easy to switch between the operations, very easy to start the game. We're hoping teachers will take advantage of the extra settings that we're working on, such as speeding up the trains or slowing them down. It's all in their preference, making the problems harder. The next step is definitely putting algebra type problems into this. It'll be very easy to do. We could have this number plus blank equals the answer, and they'll be able to fill in the blank with that. So lots of options here, and we definitely want to give teachers control of how they teach their students with this program. So thank you for watching the demo, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Thank you.
So what do you think about like the math in it? Is it applicable to those ages?
Yes, I would say it is definitely applicable to all the grade levels at the elementary age.
And how about some of the learning objectives that they look for in the math curriculum?
Yes, it matches all of our standards.
Matches standards.
Yes. It's interactive, and we have a hard time anymore getting kids to learn their facts, so this would be a fun, interactive way for them to master their facts and to refresh their memory since you have a variety. I like that.
And do you think that it helps them learn it, or is it exclusively practice?
I would say that after they practice, if they take the quiz on it, it would show the mastery of it.
Helps to learn.
Yeah.
And do you like that you can choose which numbers you would like to focus on as well as which operations?
Yes, I do like that, because that way it's more individualized and it's differentiated for the kids.
Good. Any other thoughts?
Oh, I think it's a great interactive program, and the kids will love it.
What do they do in the classroom to learn this kind of arithmetic?
At this point, they have flashcards. It's nothing interactive like that. It's just all hands-on, but not technology. And this world is technology-based, and they would enjoy this a lot more.
They would enjoy this.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you could say something about like the board or whatever, how do you think this app would be wider spread than just on the iPad?
If you could get it to be marketable so that the teachers can use it from their laptops and project it onto the Eno board, then it's more interactive for the whole class or small groups, and the kids get to use it up on their smart boards.
Well, good.
I think it's great.
That was fun?
And I could get it at Mom's.
You would what?
Get it at Mom's.
You would get it at Mom's, on Mom's iPad?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Glad to hear it.
We have parents all the time that'll say to us, can you recommend a website that, because, you know, they don't want to sit and practice their facts with us. And so, you know, there are websites out there, but this would be a great addition to it because it's train and it's noise. And don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you're in the School of Education?
I'm going to be actually a 6th grade middle school math teacher, so
Okay.
I love this. I was, like, watching, I was like, I want to play. And then all the kids are like, I want to play it, I want to play it. I'm like, what
'Cause-
kind of kids want to play math problems?
Right. And I mean, because I'm sure once they're in 6th grade, you want them to have their facts mastered.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we work so hard on that, and it's really hard. And this, like, we just had a conference this morning. A little girl does great on anything on the computer, but can't do pencil and paper stuff.
Yeah.
So this would help someone like that, or even, you know, the special needs kids who can't write but can touch. You know, it's pretty marketable.
Good.
You're like, yay. But you got to get it so we can use it on the computer,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm just thinking, gosh, the kids would love this on the smart board.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
a lot of the games, they have to actually type in the number. But this would
That's
be tap.
when I showed it, two of them, and the first problem popped up, said, where do I type in the answer?
Right.
And then the
And
trains
that's-
come out.
Because that's what a lot of the games are. Like Fast Math, and there's mathfacts.com. All of that, they have to type it in. And so then it's a speed of how quickly can you
Able
do
to
the
type
keyboard.
The keyboard, and that's
Not do you know your facts. Does that make sense? So I think you have a cool program. I'm anxious to see how you do it.
I'm Levi Miller, and I was the lead designer of Speedy Math Training.
I'm Alex Camp, and I was the lead programmer and math implementation for the Speedy Math Train app.
I'm Steve Schaefer, and I was the research proposal for Speedy Math Training.
Yeah, so we're pretty excited about our next steps for the app. We have some pretty great ideas, and I will be talking about the educational design.
And I'm going to be talking to you about our future development on different platforms for the game.
And I will be talking about usability.
Great, well, let's get started. Alright, so I'm going to be talking about the future platforms and what we're kind of looking at for actual development of the game for Speedy Math Train. And the first thing we were kind of talking about was development for different web browsers, whether that's limited connectivity, no internet at all, but something you can load into a web browser and play the game. So on any computer, any browser running HTML or any sort of web code, Flash, something like that, they would work on just a web browser on any PC or computer. The next thing that we're looking at is implementing the application into other sorts of mobile devices, whether that be different kinds of smartphones, mean, you put it on the iPhone, you could put it on the Android operating system. We could put it on other smartphones. There's Windows phones out there. And also, even beyond that, phones that sort of don't quite hit the mark for smartphone, there's possibilities to look into for the ones that use QWERTY keyboards or T9 and possibly have something with the math to do with that. And additionally to that, we're looking to develop further for the classroom. And after talking to the teachers, it seemed that the kids really, what's big today is the smart boards in the classroom. They can come up and touch it. And developing this app for the smart boards so the kids can come up and play it and the teacher can see everything as well as the rest of the class would be something very good to look into and develop for that. Additionally, also classrooms have tablet PCs in there that the kids could play on, and so we could put it on that platform as well as other tablets such as the iPad, which we built it for, or any Android or Honeycomb tablets as well. And with that also, we can look into having it sort of be a network with the game. And you can have features in the game where the teacher can control the content that is actually displayed on the trains and in the problems for the kids while they're playing the game. And so that's kind of an outlook on our development for the game itself, where it can be played, different ways it can be played, and sort of spreading it out so it's not just limited to the iPad. And so that pretty much sums up development.
Okay, let's move on to educational design. So we got these pretty much three main categories here. The first really big important thing that we want to stress is the algebra type features. So we would have the sentences, so you'd have 5 plus blank equals 12, and the students would be able to pick which train would fill in the blank. So that would be very easy to do. That's the great thing about our app. It's very flexible, so it could be used from anything from a simple color game to maybe even chemistry. So it's very flexible and definitely very applicable to math. The next thing is videos. We think it's very important for students to have quick access to instructional videos that will allow them to solve problems quickly. They'll learn shortcuts and definitely have a better understanding of what they're actually doing with these operations. The last thing is to expand the graphics, and we really want it to be very clean and cut. We could have professionals actually make it, and we just really want the kids to fall in love with the graphics and also just the theme of the whole game. And so that's about it for educational design.
So now we're going to go over usability. And the first step of usability is to create a server and user database. And what this would allow us to do would be when a user downloads Speedy Math Train, they would register with us, or they could log in on the website. And it would allow us to keep track of their scores for the game, sort of what they do with the game. This would be great because it would allow a teacher to register and for him or her to select their students and for them to keep very good track of sort of how their students are doing. The next step of usability would be to add customizable features. And what we're shooting for here is to allow the teacher to control the variables of the game. Everything from the speed with which the trains go to the difficulty of the problems to sort of things like very specific quizzes for the students, or even very specified or very specific practice problems. The last part of usability is to add the homework feature. And the advantage of this is it would allow teachers to assign homework to their students and allow them to really use a fun and educational way of assigning math problems.
All right, and that's pretty much what we got in mind for the future of Speedy Math Train and what we can build upon and do with it. And we'd like to thank you very much for your time. And
hope you enjoy Speedy Math Train.
Yes.